What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. If you probably saw by the title of the thumbnail, we're doing legs today, and I want to apologize beforehand before we start because it's gonna suck. It's gonna be terrible. Leg days are usually my least favorite ones. However, are the ones that I feel like get the most growth and involvement, and the ones that actually completely destroy my body and my central nervous system. It's one of those, like, after I'm done doing legs, I just want to go straight and take a nap. So again, I apologize, but welcome to the torture. Welcome to hell, to hell's garage gym. So yeah, again, we're gonna be focusing on legs today, mainly quads. We're gonna do some hamstrings and glutes, of course, to do an overall workout. However, I feel like usually my quads are the ones I want to grow the most. So usually people like to grow the quads as well the most. However, if you want to get a good, like, thicker look to your leg, you definitely want to make sure that you work out your hamstrings, because they give you that extra wide look on your legs, of course, when you're in profile. But for me, quads, I just feel like they're a little underdeveloped compared to my hamstrings. For some reason, my hamstrings are very strong. My quads, not so much. So, and also when I do my leg days at the gym on the weekends, I focus that workout mainly on hamstrings and glutes, because I have other equipment that I can use that I can isolate better the hamstrings. So today, again, we're gonna do a quick workout, but again, we're gonna be focusing not a lot of exercises, but mainly quad focus, mainly two quad focus. Then we're gonna do a glute and hamstring exercise there. So the first one's gonna be, as you know, squats. I love to start with my squats. We're gonna be doing really very deep squats. Our back completely straight. We're not gonna bend our back at all. It's gonna be completely straight. That way we put our knees goes over our toes and really put the entire effort, or most of the effort and the tension is gonna be on our quads instead of our other parts of our body. First of all, very important, warm up first, especially for legs. You wanna warm up for every day. However, legs, at least for me, it's one of the most important body groups for me to warm up. Your knees and ankles are, you know, very, for me at least, they're a little on the weaker side. I had a meniscus tear on my right knee and had surgery when I was 17, so I want to make sure I'm overly protective with those. I also put some knee sleeves. It actually helps keep everything a little closer together, and it's great overall. At least I like it a lot. So again, make sure we're very warmed up, very stretched. Make sure you do a lot of hip exercises as well. You want to make sure your hips and your hip bones are very well stretched and warmed up before you actually start going through this routine, through this workout. And yeah, let's kick it off. First exercise, as you know, I like to do my Smith machine squats. It's just a great freaking leg exercise, and it works out everything. However, the way we're gonna set it up is gonna be mainly targeting our quads. So if you have wedges, great, throw them on the floor. If you don't have wedges, you can use like a plate as well. You can throw the plate in there and do that exercise too, so no worries there. If you don't have any, maybe get some lifting shoes. Obviously, that's more expensive than just throwing a plate on the floor. But lifting shoes are just amazing if you can afford them. They're kind of pricey. They're like $100+ for a pair. I know it's not crazy expensive nowadays, but for me, I think it's a little expensive for a pair of shoes that you're gonna use maybe once a week, if that, or maybe once a week, but you only use it for squats and then you won't use it for the rest of your workout. Just depends. But yeah, let me move this hat around and we'll get it going. As you know, we want to make sure that we keep our legs, I'm gonna say about shoulder width apart. We're gonna point our toes a little bit outwards, and make sure that you drive your knees through over your toes, so kind of follow the same direction of your toes. So where your toes are pointed out, like follow your knees around with it. And then again, make sure that you are completely set and proper. Make sure you keep your back completely straight and locked in. When you go down, you're gonna inhale to put a lot of tension on your core and your lower back, and then you're gonna exhale on the way up. So when I go down, inhale. If you can, hold a stretch at the bottom. Don't just rest, try to hold it and come back up. You're not gonna go all the way up and lock in. You wanna make sure you would go the middle, about 2/3 of the way up, and then come back down again. Again, keeping your back completely straight. Again, you don't have to go all the way down, because once you go all the way down, yeah, you have a deep stretch. However, you take a lot of the tension away from the muscle itself. So you want to keep around this range. Sorry, my legs. Adjust real quick. There we go. Whew. That's a warm-up set, and already feeling it. So this next one's gonna suck. I'm gonna throw about 25 pounds. Again, as you can see, I'm not lifting heavy at all. So I'm doing the bar and 225 plates. It's not heavy, which is fine. This particular movement, you want to make sure that you take your time with it. All right, let's get going with the first set. It's gonna suck, but the last one, we're gonna do a drop set to save time. If you have some time, do a fourth set, rest and do a fourth set. But today, for the sake of saving time for everyone, we're gonna do a drop set. Fuck me, right? Go to hell, Gabriel. I know that's what you're all thinking. I apologize in advance. I told you, I warned you at the beginning of the video, this was gonna suck. This was gonna be a tough one. So, let's go. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, it sucked. Whew. Again, not a heavy amount of weight, but try to control it. Ooh, I got the chills. Whew, that sucked. Round two. We got this. Let's go. Two more, fuck. Gosh. So, make sure you're looking up or straight. Don't look down, never look down. There's nothing to look down there. Always look up, helps with posture. All right, let me switch it up a little bit here. Change the angle slightly. All right, round three. I already want to cry, but we got this. Good or bad, we're here. Let's do this. We got this. Again, look up. Make sure you really squeeze your glutes as much as you can on the way up, and slow the eccentric as much as you can on the way down. Oh, fuck. Okay. You can lock it in if you want to rest before finishing the set. Whew. Okay, I know I said it, and I regret it with the drop set. I'm dropping 30 pounds, nothing too crazy, a significant amount, but again, nothing too crazy. Again, as you can see, 0 heavy weights compared to my counterparts on YouTube. Whew. Fucking A. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking A. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna cut this video so I can cry for a little bit, and we'll be right back. All right, next exercise. It's gonna suck, but it's a great exercise, primarily for the quads. We're gonna do reverse Nordics. I've been doing this the last 2 weeks, and it feels great, especially after doing quad focus squat exercise. So yeah, it's gonna suck. So as you know, the Nordics are great for hamstring growth. It's a great hamstring exercise, but the reverse Nordic is all quad. So there's a couple different variations. What I recommend, it's a little too low. What I recommend is getting some assistance at first. So if you have a cable or if you have a partner that you can work out with, use them. If not, try maybe like a bar or something that you can pull yourself on the way, like for the way up. I use the TRX straps for this because again, it's a very difficult exercise to do by itself, but your goal is to build to it. So there's 2 different variations. There's a straight leg one, a straight foot. You really stick your foot out, and then if you're having a little mobility issues due to your ankles, then point your toes up and do them like so. The trick is to maintain your core and your torso completely straight and go back. You want to make sure that you feel the contraction on your quads and you come back up. Again, if you need to get some assistance, there's no shame in that. But again, you want to make sure you keep your back as straight as possible, because you don't want to bend this, bend down. You want to make sure that your core is straight, aligned to your legs and your knees, and your whole body comes back. And you make sure to squeeze through your quads for that exercise. And let's go. Oh yeah. It's really rough, especially after you did some squats. Oh shit. Whew. So my quads are killing me so far. I already regret it. Oh yeah, it's a good workout. Feel the blood's pumping. I'm gonna switch the angle a little bit so you can see a little bit differently the exercise here. Ooh. Another great exercise for quads, if you don't want to do this one, is some sissy squats. Again, if you want to alternate and do a different exercise, that's great for that. Let me change the angle a little bit. What you want to do is go next to a bar or a wall. You're going to go down, again, keeping your core straight. You're going to go down and squeeze your quads on the way up. Go down. Another great quad exercise. Terrible name, but great quad exercise. All right, let me bring this down a little bit so you can see better. All right. A little too close, but this will do. Let me go back a little bit here and keep it back straight. Yeah. Yeah. Let's angle a little bit here. Okay, so our last one, you can get a better view here. Again, for this one, oh yeah. Last one. Oh. Woo. Very pumped up. It sucked. Oh yeah. It's terrible. Yeah, I hope you liked it. All right, for our next exercise, we're gonna do reverse lunges. I wanna use the Smith machine. You can use dumbbells or even no weights at all. But what we wanna do here is we're gonna be focusing on primarily our glute, each individual glute. And then we're gonna superset that with some RDLs using dumbbells, dumbbell RDLs. But what I want you to do in this one is, again, I wanna make sure get a plate or something on the floor so you can actually get a little lift on your foot as much as you can. If you have one of those blocks, use that. If you have a little step, use that step. So what we want on this one is make sure you have a good stance. And what I want you to do is I want you to hinge on the glute itself and then contract as much as you can. If you have to, bring your knee back and put some weight, but we're trying to avoid that as much as we can. So get a good stretch on the glute and contract. Oh yeah. Ooh. And then we're gonna switch sides. Oh yeah. I like to do it that way, but if you can, just do like a regular reverse lunge. Put your foot down. Again, what you're trying to do is put the least amount of weight on the foot that goes back. Maybe 10% of the weight max, and then squeeze to the working glute as much as you can. Bring that weight back up. Again, you don't need a lot of weight. I'm actually gonna use the bar by itself. Believe me, it's gonna be enough to rock your sheet. And then for the RDLs, I'm gonna grab some dumbbells. For this one, I want you to make sure you're hinging on your hips. Your knees are slightly bent, not too bent and not straight. What you want to do is, like, if that's completely straight, bend them slightly. You're gonna push your ass back as much as you can. You're gonna look up. Make sure your chest is up and you're looking up. Like, over exaggerate if you have to. Make sure you really push your ass back. Man, you can try and back it up and put it against the wall. Top right or top corner of the ceiling. And get that deep stretch. Oh yeah, on the hamstrings. It's gonna suck, but it's gonna be great. All right, let's finish this. We got this. Yeah, see? Yeah, you can see me there. Let me adjust this real quick. Yeah, let's go. Only did 8 on that one. Wish I could do more, but goddamn. So, when you're doing single side, single leg, single arm, you want to make sure you match your reps. So if your right side does 10, make sure your left side does 10. Even if you feel that you can do a couple more, make sure you do that. All right. Almost done. Oh, yeah, it's pretty sucky. Okay, 2 more. Come on, we got this. We're almost done. I promise. Oh shit. Whew. That one sucked. The reason, fuck, that sucked. The reason you want to make sure you're doing the same number of reps on each side is for symmetry. We all have that one body part that's stronger than the other side of the body part. Like my left leg is stronger than my right one. Mainly because I had surgery in my right one, and it's hard for me to go harder because then my knee starts hurting. I gotta be careful. So to maintain symmetry, I always do the same reps. Even if I know I can push a couple extra reps on my left side, I still stick to the same number of reps than I do on the right side. Ooh. Same for biceps and rowing and chest exercises. All right, slightly bent, chest out, look up. All right, last one, we got this. Let me adjust this camera real quick here. Let's fucking kill it. Whew. Almost done, promise. Last one. Come on. We got this. You got this. All right. That's painful. I hate it. I love it. At the same time, fucking leg days are an absolute love-hate relationship. But good fucking job. Great fucking job. Hopefully you're as exhausted as I am. Hopefully you guys had a great workout. Hopefully you'll be super sore tomorrow and you're gonna hate me and probably unfollow me and I don't know, flag my videos as inappropriate. Who knows? But again, thank you so much for coming to work out with me, for being my gym partner for the day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate definitely you spend the time with me here. Again, it's not about how much weight you do, how many reps you do. It's about consistency and slow and progressive overload. You want to make sure you at least try to do at least 1% better. But even if it's 0.5% better every day, it compounds. And in the next couple of months, you're going to be amazing. Your body's going to be amazing. Your mental health is going to be amazing because you're putting your body and your mind through this tough. It's a tough experience, right? Every day, every morning. So, good job for pushing yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. And again, let's go after it. Let's get it. And see you guys next time. Bye.